So I watched the video and said you had a dream about God showed you that if people judge people, they're gonna go to hell, and that you gotta change your life, or whatever. The Bible, I don't know what you mean by judge. I know there's instructions on how to judge people. It's not a sin to judge, and it says to judge righteous judgment, which is just weights and just balances and like fair judgment. Like, don't tell people they can't cuss and that they can't drink alcohol and they can't smoke weed, or that they got to keep 613 laws according to the book of the law. But instead, judge according to righteous judgment, like he tells you in John chapter 7, verse 20 to 24. And that means to tell people to keep the 10 Commandments and stop breaking the Sabbath and stop eating swine's flesh. Stop doing Christmas. Stop doing Easter. Because, you see, Yeshua told you to go read the Old Testament all over the Gospels. There's too many times to count. He told you to read it. Lazarus and the rich man, that parable. He says if you don't believe what the prophet said, you won't believe that one rose from the dead. And according to what I've seen on TikTok there, like your comments and even your own profile, everyone in the comments is have their boobies hanging out and they got makeup on, like breaking the 10th commandment. Says thou shalt not covet. You're coveting because you want to be a pretty little girl, just like Jezebel. She painted her face and it got ate by dogs. Peter and Paul specifically, because people don't receive Peter, says that that a woman should not focus on the outward appearance, but on the inward appearance, and clothe herself with good works, which is the 10 Commandments. Okay? But I'm reading Ezekiel 13, because this is exactly what the Christian church is doing to the whole entire world. Because Yeshua told you in Matthew 24 that there's going to be false prophets that come in the end days that's going to do many signs and wonders, and that if it were possible, they'll deceive the very elect. And in 2 Thessalonians chapter 2 quotes that, telling you that it's the man of sin, which is lawlessness, okay, that's going to do miracles. You can even go to Revelation. In Revelation 12 and 13 tells you the same thing, that Satan gets cast down over the earth, which deceives the whole world, and then goes and make war with people that keep the commandments. And in Revelation 13, it tells you that he's even going to be able to call fire down from heaven to deceive those that dwell on the earth. So you're pretty aware that we're living in the end times, and you say God says the storm is over, but no, the fuck it ain't. It ain't even really started, because when God comes down here, like you said, like that's true, his name is Jehovah. When he comes down here, no storm ain't gonna be over. That's when the storm happens, and that's when people are gonna get dashed to pieces, and he's gonna plead face to face, like he pled with them in Egypt, and everyone that does not want to keep the commandments are gonna get destroyed, just like they did in Egypt, or in the wilderness when they came out of Egypt. So Ezekiel 13, and the word of Jehovah came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the prophets of Israel that prophesy, and say unto them, prophesy out of their own hearts. Hear ye word of Jehovah. Thus is Jehovah, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. Okay? You read Revelation 2 and 3, it tells you Jezebel is going to get cast into a bed of suffering, and he's going to kill her children with death. Jezebel taught Israel to eat things sacrificed to idols. If you read 1st and 2nd Kings, taught them how to do Christmas. What is the church doing? Same shit. Thus says Jehovah, woe unto the foolish prophets that follow their own spirit and have seen nothing. O Israel, that prophets are like the foxes in the deserts. Ye have not gone up into the gaps, neither made up the hedge for the house of Israel, to enter into battle in the day of Jehovah. So this is in the last days. So you can't say this is just for the Jews, because it says in the day, you're telling them that they don't have to judge. That's what that's saying right there. You have not gone up into the gaps, neither made of the heads for the house of Israel to stand in the battle. Standing in the battle means you rebuking the gate. You're telling everyone that they can't judge. They have seen vanity and lying divination, saying, Jehovah says, and Jehovah have not sent them, and they have made others to hope that they would confirm their word. Have you not seen a vain vision, and have you not spoken a lying divination, wherein you say, Jehovah says, howbeit he has not spoken? Thus says Jehovah, because ye have spoken vanity, and speak and seen lies. Therefore, behold, I am against you, says Jehovah. Why do you think it's saying this? Probably because it's going to happen. And my hand shall be upon the prophets that see vanity and that divine lies. They shall not be in the assembly of my people, neither shall they be written in the writing of the house of Israel. Neither shall they enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am Jehovah. Because they have seduced my people, saying peace, and there was no peace. What did you say in the video? That the storm's over. But that's peace. And one built up a wall, and those other daubed it with untempered mortar. That's untempered mortar is building a house with bullshit, with lies. Because you're supposed to be building New Jerusalem. It says in Isaiah 58 that his people are going to restore the repair and restore the breach, which is the men that crept in unaware, that teach everyone what I'm about to read you. Say unto them which daubed it with untempered mortar, that it shall fall. There shall be an overflowing shower, and ye, O great hailstones, shall fall, and a stormy wind shall rend it. Lo, when the wall is fallen, shall it not be said unto you, where is the daubing wherein you have daubed it? Therefore thus says Jehovah, I will even rend it with a stormy wind in my fury, and there shall be an overflowing shower in my anger, and great hailstones in my fury, to consume it. So will I break down the wall that ye have daubed with untempered mortar, and bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered. What does it say in Matthew 7? If you build your house on the sand, it's going to fall. He's going to discover the foundation of the house, which is sin. Christmas trees and Easter bunnies. Jesus is my Sabbath. He's going to show the whole world it's a bunch of bullshit. And bring it down to the ground, so that the foundation thereof shall be discovered. And it shall fall, and ye shall be consumed in the midst thereof, and ye shall know that I am Jehovah. Thus will I accomplish my wrath upon the wall, and upon them that have daubed it with untempered mortar, and will say unto you, the wall is no more, neither shall they daub it, neither they that daubed it. To wit, the prophets of Israel was prophesied concerning Jerusalem, right? Would see visions of peace for her, and there is no peace, says Jehovah. What's going on in Jerusalem? Nothing good. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy faces against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them. This is talking about the women. Everyone there I just looked at was a woman. There was no men. I mean, the dude that recorded the video was a man, but he was sitting there listening to the fucking woman telling them a bunch. That's how you know. It says test the spirits. The way you test it is you read the Bible. If you don't read the Bible, you're going to believe whatever. Because you don't keep the Ten Commandments. It literally says Daniel, if you forsake the Holy Covenant, you get given over to Satan. And he gets to separate you mentally so that you will believe this. Lies. Likewise, thou son of man, set thy face against the daughters of thy people, which prophesy out of their own heart, and prophesy thou against them, and say, thus says Jehovah, woe to the women that sew pillows to all armholes, and make kerchiefs upon the head of every statue to hunt souls. Will ye hunt the souls of my people, and will ye save the souls alive that come unto you? And then it goes on and says, with lies you have made the heart of the righteous sad by promising them life, and that they don't got to turn from their wicked